So that was a shock to me, first time, right? That somebody's taking away from my hard work. Like people, not him, but the people
Mhm.
were taking away. So then that year was very difficult because the whole prep from there on to the Olympia, it just got into my head. I started doubting. I started like battling this stuff, like, okay, like, am I good enough? Like, am I like not good enough? Like, all these things came in my head. Because 2022 Olympia, like, I also didn't peak at 2022 Olympia. And I thought I should have been in that top 10, top 12. So then everything behind your, like, okay, I need to do at the Olympia. I have to do well at the Olympia. And then I was like, maybe I should not do the Olympia. Maybe I need to grow. Like, it's just so many things going on that by the time I went to the Olympia, I was completely like numb. Like, I was taking like antidepressants. I was taking like anti-anxiety. Like my anxiety was so high that I had to like anti-anxiety medication to calm myself down. So by the time
Mhm.
I got to the Olympia, I was emotionless. Like, I just didn't have any emotions. So after the 2023 Olympia, I was just like, okay, I have to like I have to change. I have to rewire my brain. I have to redo things. Not get attached, as you said, Sai, to the result. Not get attached to social media, because up until 2023, my life revolved around social media. Because
Mhm.
again, I was, as you said, like I had a fast pro card. I built my career, and then social media became everything to me for 3 years: 2020, 2021, and 2022. 3 years. And then 2023, I had to now retrain my mind to go back that, hey, I may make money from social media, but I can't get attached to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That my confidence,
Practice.
practice detachment.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
started reading, I started practicing detachment and got into spirituality and things like, hey, I can be part of social media, but I can be detached from
From the
what I'm hearing.
validation that you're trying to seek from
Yes,
it. Yeah.
validation that I'm trying to seek from social media because I got used to it. A
Yeah.
person that was not into social media, an engineer like you guys, like education, right? We are attached to
Mm.
like just education. I got attached to the validation. So
Uh-huh.
I had to unlearn these habits. So I spent my entire 2023, the leftover time, and my entire 2024 into unlearning. And that's when the gym thing happened, because I'm like, okay, if I detach myself from social media and I quit, what do I have to fall back on? Because
Mhm.
everything and anything has some sort of a relation to social media, every business, except for the
Yeah.
stock trading, which I wasn't doing for 2 years anymore. So it came with the gym. And then the gym became, okay, if I stop my social media today, I still have my gym and my team and my employees and my members. So
Yeah.
then the whole 2024 was off season, building the physique with what people didn't see. And I've never talked about this stuff, is like people never saw that I was also building the mind, like the emotions. So when this year came, that's why, as I said, like honestly, 0.001%. It was like what it made a difference to me this year. Like hearing the stuff, hey, you didn't qualify for the, I didn't even care. I didn't even bother. I didn't even let it penetrate my mind, because one, I was busy with my gym. And two, I had already faced so much in 2023 that this didn't do anything to me.
Isn't
Yeah. And
isn't
really, I
isn't that
think,
beautiful how that works? Like how God,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think that's how God
Yeah.
works. Because these adversities that get sent to you. So I believe every adversity that has been sent to me. I was in the
Yeah.
military before this. I got hurt in the
Yeah.
military. So I have adversity stories, but I constantly view adversities, or the tougher the situation is, a human mindset like us who likes to get over things, stay with discipline, consistency. When you have that foundation, you find a way out of it. And whether however long it is, if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years longer, but it's such a needed. Obviously,
Yeah.
life led you otherwise where validation was at one point. And you got to understand validation is just not self-sustaining. It does not
Yes.
sustain, and it's not a
Yes.
good way to sustain life. So
Yeah.
God or whoever it is by faith taught you a
Yeah.
lesson to how you can be self-sustaining instead of validation sustaining. And
Yeah.
that's just, it
and,
just has a way of
and
working out
happiness has to
itself.
come from self validation. Yeah. It can't
Yeah,
come
and
from
and and
seeking it from
honestly,
everywhere
like
else.
this thing, like this practice of like detachment or like non-attachment, it's not just about like the social media, like the detachment in like in relationships, like in, in your profession, in your career, in your life, into day-to-day life. It's just so beneficial, because
It
you
is.
can be you can be like obsessed with something, but you can still be detached from it.
From
It's
the
kind of like
result.
what I understood and what I'm trying to practice.
Right.
in bodybuilding, we get so obsessed, especially nowadays with the social media. Like everybody wants more followers, everybody wants more income, and everybody wants more businesses, and everything is all good. But you may get all of that, and then one day when it's like, because it's kind of like a sinusoidal wave, right? It goes up and down, just like life. Like social media also is like a sinusoidal wave. You'll have a hype one day, it's going to go away the next day. That's what most people don't understand. Only those that have gone through this kind of understand. At some point in your career on social media as well, you're going to go through a low. You're not going to always have like a high. No matter how great you are, even if you're Phil Heath, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You're gonna go through it's gonna go down. When you go down, are you prepared for it? Are you actually prepared to face when you don't have anybody asking you or looking at you and be like, oh my God, you're it's so great, or like, all this. So the sooner you learn that, like the high and the low, and then the high again, like the sooner you go through that, the better I feel is your quality of life, because the more prolonged it is, the harder it is, and the longer it will take for you to get to that point of like overcoming that and then becoming that detached self.
Right. And I think that's so important to get that lesson, especially for all three of us who are taking a business venture that requires a lot of risk.
Yes.
You have to know that it could fail, right? Like
Yes.
you can't be so
Yes.
attached to the result that it's
Yes.
like, so it's like you, in order to even take that risk, you have to
Yes.
be detached enough to know, like, I want to go all in on this and be obsessed with this to
Yes.
make it succeed. But like,
Yes.
it could fail. You don't know what the result will be
Yes.
ultimately.
And then be ready to like, oh, okay, no problem. You know what? Let me
We'll
just sit
pivot.
through it. Let me process it, get through it. But it's not going to affect my mindset to the point it's going to break me down, because I'm
Right.
always going to find another way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's comforting to know that you're capable of doing that as well. So instead of,
I think as bodybuilders, we need more of this. Like, I think more and
Yes.
more bodybuilders need more, because as the times are going, youngsters especially, like social media, and I've lived that. Like I've gone through the whole circle of like, going through like non-be there, going through a high, going through a low. And honestly, I'm gonna say this right now, like I'm going through that high again, but from a different way. But again, as I said, it's not doing the same thing to me that it did to me before. That you're riding that high horse is what you call it, that dopamine rush, right? To me, I'm not getting that dopamine rush right now, because I've practiced this thing, and I'm still continuously practicing that. Yes, it feels great to have a gym. It feels great to accomplish all these goals that I had for this year. But if I let it affect me to this high, get me on a high horse, then I'm going to go do the same thing again. Last time. Whereas tomorrow, if this fails, tomorrow something happens, it's going to affect me the same way as how my bodybuilding and social media affected me in 2023, when I didn't get what I wanted, which is the top 10, and I didn't get what I wanted, which is like more social media growth and validation from the people, versus I got the hate. Now I'm going to get that again, and I'm going to again spend 2 years feeling low, feeling down. What's the point? So it's better to just be stable. Yes, it feels good. Accept it. Move on. Keep working. Do more. Just don't let that affect it to your point that your dopamine levels are so high that you're like, oh yeah, I did this. I'm so happy and I can't believe it. Now for the next 2 years, I'm going to celebrate. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. No, just chill. Just, you are who you are. This was great. You accomplish it. Let's go to the next level.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like this is something that's like, it's like a core value of Hinduism, right? Is self-detachment, and it's like something I learned in Sunday school and going to the temple growing up, but like I didn't internalize it ever because I'm not a super religious person. But like now that I'm older, it's like yeah, that is very important. And then like
Same, man. I don't even know if I ever heard of this. Like, I mean, obviously, like I'm sure, like at some point, this was like told to me as in Hinduism or religion, but I was not very religious to the point that I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna keep all this knowledge to me. But it's just a thing that you just learn as you go through the life. Like it's just something you just learn. And I'm, oh yeah, those people were right too. Like people centuries old were saying were right.
They're saying the same stuff. Yeah.
They're saying the same thing, just different words.